Are you ready to step up your cold email game? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you 3 super advanced tactics to try in your cold email campaigns. The goal is to get the attention of even the most elite CEOs. Watch out, Elon Musk, I'm coming for your inbox. All right, and before you try any of these advanced tactics, I highly recommend mastering the basics. In fact, please don't try any of these until you're getting at least 3% reply rates on your cold email campaigns and at least 60% open rates. Very, very important, because if you don't master the basics first, you're not going to know if these things are really working. And if they fail, you might attribute their failure to the wrong thing. So please go through my playlist, watch all of my cold email mastery videos. It's going to be right down there in the show notes, a link to it. So please watch that first. All right, if you're new to the channel, my name is Jay Feldman, founder of Otter Public Relations. We're the #1 ranked PR firm in the country, according to Clutch, according to G2, and fastest growing according to every single metric. We have over 50 employees. I've scaled my business as well as several other businesses through mastering cold outreach. Now, I'm going to be giving you all of the secrets that I've learned over the years, hundreds of thousands of dollars spent. So if that is valuable to you, if you find the content valuable on this channel, please like, please subscribe, and please stay to the end. I'm going to be giving up a massive freebie, a massive giveaway. So stay till the end. I'm going to show you how to redeem that. That's going to be 7 million data points worth $8,000. So stay to the end. All right, let's dive into some of these tactics. Now, if you've watched some of my previous videos and you're familiar with me, you should know at the very least you should be doing personalization, importing their name and their company into your emails. You should be doing spin variables so that you're not sending the same email copy over and over again. You should be doing first lines, which is like a semi-advanced tactic, which can be AI generated or generated by somebody in the Philippines. What I'm about to teach you goes one step beyond that. If you master what I'm about to teach you, you are going to stand out from every single other cold email marketer out there. You're going to look super cool to your prospects. It's going to feel hyper personal. And like I said, you're going to get the attention of people like myself who disregard 95% of incoming messages. But if I get one unique that contains one of the elements that I'm about to teach you, you better believe not only am I going to open that email, I'm going to click on it, I'm going to reply to it, I'm going to engage with it. So if you really want to reach high-level decision makers, you need to stand out. You need to be different, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. All right, let's get into some of the tactics. Tactic number 1, personalized images. Technology is an incredible thing, and all you need is a couple data points for an AI computer to scroll through those data points, pull out a logo, an icon, a company name, a person name, and then hyperimpose those things onto an image, a video, or even a landing page. So the technology that I like to use to do this is called Hyperize. There's a link down in the description so that you can check it out, get a quick discount on it. But Hyperize, what that does, if you upload a website and a LinkedIn, and then what you're going to do is link Hyperize with your cold email sender account, and Hyperize is going to go through, pull out that information, and superimpose it onto an image that you pre-generate the template for and import into Hyperize. As you can see on the screen here, here's one that we frequently use to kind of outline a PR plan for that specific company. The PR plan template, the image, is something that can be reused broadly across multiple different verticals, so it doesn't raise any questions, and it's very consistent for us to do. What that does, the effect that this has, is when somebody opens that email, they see this image, this personalized image with their logo, sometimes even their face, with their brand name, with their name, superimposed onto an image. It at least makes them stop and say, wow, did this person design that image for me? That effect of getting them to stop and look triggers to Google, this is a valuable email. It triggers something in their brain to say, wow, this may have been personalized actually to me. Chances are they're not familiar with this type of software and this capability. So they probably are going to think that you made that image specifically for them. It's going to increase your reply rates, and specifically it's going to increase your reply rates among higher net worth, more elite individuals. So give this a shot. Within Hyperize, I'll do a separate video on how to actually generate that image and implement it into your cold email marketing, but absolutely something you should look into. It's been wildly successful for us. So definitely something to try, and let me know your feedback on that. Advanced cold email tactic number 2. And this is kind of taking tactic number 1 and just giving it steroids. And this is personalized video. So this might be a little bit more complicated and sound more complicated, but actually it's not. The way that I recommend doing this and the way that Hyperize works with personalized video If you've ever recorded a Loom video before, it's usually you like looking at their website and giving some feedback on it. There's ways with Hyperize where you can record a template video of you giving generic feedback on a website. Now, what Hyperize does is it'll grab a screenshot of the homepage of their website and superimpose it onto that video. So now it looks like you are actively recording a video for that person, looking at their website and giving feedback on the website. This is even more of an effect like we described in the first one. They're going to think that video is personalized for them, much more likely to increase the reply rate and much more likely to gain the attention of more elite individuals. Definitely worth trying. Both of these things can be done through Hyperize. Link down in the description. Absolutely check it out. Pick up a subscription to that. You'll get a nice little discount from using my link. All right, let's dive into the last tactic that I like to use. A little bit more involved. And granted, all of these tactics are a little bit involved. You're going to have to put in a little bit of work, a little bit of legwork in order to get these things up and running and working. You might have to test different variations of image and video to find one that really resonates. So definitely experiment here. Don't just try an image and it fails and then you give up and stop experimenting. Keep experimenting, keep trying different iterations of these things, and eventually they're going to work. All right. Tactic number 3, and that is a lead magnet. A lead magnet is kind of like what I mentioned earlier in the video. If you stay till the end, I'm going to be giving you 7 million data points worth $8,000. That's true. That may have encouraged you to even watch up until this point. You can do the same thing in your emails. So reply to this email and I'll send you 7 million data points worth $8,000. Whatever your service is, try and make it relevant to your service or your audience. So for example, if you're emailing lawyers about social media services, you might be offering them a free social media content calendar template that they can implement into their company, free social media post templates that they can just plug and play with, something that's going to be valuable for them that's going to trigger a reply. If you're able to trigger a reply, the servers will see that this email is valuable, response rates will go up, and now you have a conversation with this person that you wouldn't have had otherwise, that may have been overlooked. If it's an ebook, it's probably not going to work. If it's a webinar, it's probably not going to work. Give them something of value. Be creative here. This isn't something where I can tell you give them this. Try some stuff. Be creative. Talk to people in your industry. Find out what they would want, and then implement it and test it. Best way to do this, in my recommendation, is going to be towards the end of the email in like a PS. You could say, reply to this email, and I'm going to send you this thing, X, that helped Y get this result. Give a specific example. Say, totally free, but don't use the word free because that's a spam word. Use the word complimentary. And I guarantee you'll get a ton of extra replies that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And typically you can find something that costs you relatively nothing, or at least close to nothing. And a lot of times people are offering free lunches and stuff. That costs $15 per free lunch that you send. These data points that I'm sending, I paid for them once, and I never have to pay for them again. So try and find something like that so that you can scale it really well as your leads increase and your numbers increase. All right, are you getting value? Raise your hand. I know, I'm getting value too. What's most important when we're talking about these advanced tactics is that you master the basics first. If you try throwing these advanced tactics onto your email campaigns before you fully understand your open rates, your reply rates, your delivery, your email health, you're going to attribute their success to the wrong thing, and you might attribute their failure to the wrong thing. For example, say you're running a cold email campaign and your open rates drop to 20%. Your reply rates drop to less than 1% after you've implemented one of these things. You might say, oh man, it's this big image that's screwing up the servers and it's not working. But it might not be that at all. Your email health might be jeopardized in some other way. You need to know all of your deliverability markers and your DKIM and your DMARC. All these things are important. It's all part of a much bigger picture. So in order to fully understand these and how to use them, you need to follow the basics, get up to 60% opens, and get up to 5% replies if possible. 3% is acceptable. Once you get there, juice it up. Try these advanced tactics, and I promise you won't regret it. Now, one of the biggest questions that I get asked about these advanced tactics is, Jay, isn't this going to screw up the deliverability because you're adding all this HTML and code to the emails? This is a lot of HTML, especially when we're talking about personalized video and pictures. The lead magnet, not so much because you're just asking for a reply. Once you get the reply, you can send them whatever you want. But yes, when you're sending personalized video, it's going to add a lot of code. that can affect deliverability. So make sure your deliverability is on point, your email health is on point prior to initiating this. And in all fairness, you might lose some deliverability. The metric that I want you to look at when you implement one of these advanced tactics isn't your open rate, it's going to be your reply rate. So even if 5 to 10% of these don't get delivered, and they would have otherwise if you didn't include a video, the ones that did get delivered might be a double or triple times return in replies, and replies from really prominent individuals. This is why it's important to know all the pieces at play, but track reply rates when you implement these things. All right, guys, I made you a promise, and that was 7 million data points worth $8,000 if you stayed with me until the end of this video, and we're not done yet, but here's how to get the data. DM me on Instagram. I love data. My Instagram is at Dr. J. Feldman. It's right down in there in the show notes. I love data, and I'll send you over that data. I do ask you to be subscribed and bell notified, but that's it. Now, continuing on the conversation, with these advanced tactics, I need you to go back to the playlist on cold email marketing, watch everything that you can on deliverability, everything you can on improving your open rate, and everything that you can on improving your reply rate. Once you have all of that down pat and you're hitting those metrics that we discussed, now it's time to start implementing these things. And if I had to give you a recommendation on where to start, I would say start with personalized images. It's the easiest one to set up quickly. All you need is a template image. It's very easy to set up within Hyperize. You can have this whole thing done within a day. Whereas the video and the lead magnet can take some time, take some testing. You have to record iterations of the video. It's a little bit tougher to set up in Hyperize. So start with the image, implement that, you see success, move on to the next thing. But always be testing. ABT. That's the marketer's version of the always be closing in sales. All right, guys, hope you found value in this. If you did, please subscribe. Please hit the bell notification so that you keep an edge over your competition, and like this video so that more people can find it. And seriously, if you haven't already, DM me on Instagram and I'll hook you up with that thing that we talked about. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.